Hi, I'm Nick Wood and welcome to Where It Takes Us. Today we're doing things a little differently as we follow the route of the Cannington Viaduct from the air. As we fly over, I'll point out what you'd see on the ground and share some of the history of the viaduct and this part of the countryside.
Sunset on the canyon road.
As our film opens, the viaduct slowly emerges through the clouds, coming into view beneath the drone as it glides in. It's a striking first glimpse, this grand structure appearing almost out of nowhere, set against the rolling landscape below.
Life is heavy lately. Nothing seems to go my
If you're keen to
way
visit the
these
Cannington
days.
Viaduct for yourself, you'll find it just to the west of Up Lyme. The most precise way to pinpoint the spot is with, what, 3 words? Simply enter forgotten model builder and you'll be directed to a location right beside the viaduct. The old railway line once made its way down from Combine Station, Trinity Hill Road and Shapwick, running gently through the countryside before crossing the valley on the viaduct, sweeping on past Hook Farm. Even though the trains are long gone, you can still trace a few parts of the route on foot, following the gentle descent through fields and woodland as the walk approaches the impressive arches at Up Lyme.
Blows, I know it's better than where I've been. Moonlight on a back road drive. The last breath of late July. Watch the days turn into
The Cannington
night.
Viaduct was once part of the Lyme Regis Railway, a branch line that linked the seaside town of Lyme Regis with the main railway at Axminster, cutting through some beautiful rural scenery along the Dorset and Devon border.
Good things can never stay that way. Feel the season changing, and I think it's about time I realized that I can still be someone new if I try. Wherever the wind blows, I'll go. I'm not
It's an impressive structure, rising up unexpectedly as you approach and carrying the old line across an arm of the River Lyme, just as it passes through Up Lyme. Construction was approved by Parliament in 1899 and a London firm was brought in to build it. By all accounts, this was the largest structure ever put up for a light railway in the UK.
Wherever the wind blows,
The line opened in 1903 and ran until the 1960s. The viaduct itself was quite innovative for its time, being one of the first to use massed concrete. The concrete was made from local flint, extracted from the nearby cuttings.
Wherever the wind blows, I know it's better than where I've been. It's better than where I've been.
It stands 92 feet high, stretches for 200 yards, and is made up of 10 elliptical arches set on tall rectangular piers, with projecting blocks at the point where the arches begin. Those precast concrete blocks you see on top of the piers supported the timber formwork used to shape the arches. Both the arches and the spandrels, the vertical walls between arches and the deck above, are all made from precast components. The concrete parapets have recessed panels and little refuges above each pier. 1,000-foot cableway was suspended across the valley during construction, supported by wooden pylons. It was used to move materials into place. Liquid concrete was poured into skips, hoisted by the cableway, and delivered to each pier. You can still see the marks left by the shuttering on the piers, giving them a blockwork appearance and showing how each section was built up in layers. The foundations for the piers are rather traditional, large stones set in mortar to form a plinth, more like Roman concrete than the poured concrete used above. If you look at the western end abutment, you'll see the main arch ring is finished in brick. From below, it's clear that the brickwork only covers the central part of the arch. It looks as though the abutment settled at some point, which caused the arch to lift and needed repairing. The third arch from that end was reinforced during construction, filled in with two tied brick arches to address movement in the ground. During the final summer of building, the viaduct drew quite a crowd. Locals would come out to see the engineering in action, and it became a bit of a Sunday attraction for Lyme Regis. There's a story that the cement for the viaduct came from the Lyme Regis cement, works by the Cobb, but the local museum has its doubts. Even if the works were operating, it's unlikely they could have produced enough high-quality cement at a competitive price. When the beaching report was published, the line was marked for closure, and it finally closed on the 29th of November 1965. Since then, the viaduct has stood quietly, no longer carrying trains. Fortunately, it survived the beaching cuts and is now a Grade 2 listed structure, managed by the Highways England Historical Railways estate. For a lovely local walk, start in Up Lyme and head through the Barnes Meadow development, which sits right on the old railway line. From there, follow the path up, turning left as it winds through a quiet plantation before crossing Gore Lane. Turn left onto Cuckoo Lane and continue along Horseman's Hill. As the path opens out, you'll find yourself in a field with stunning, uninterrupted views of the Cannington Viaduct soaring above the valley. From here, walk down to the road and follow it beneath the viaduct for a close-up look at this remarkable structure. When you're ready, simply follow the road back to Up Lyme. You can find a full route and more details on our website. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Cannington Viaduct and its story. We're not professional historians, most of our details come from what we found online, so if we've missed anything or made a mistake, do let us know kindly. If you'd like to learn more about the Axminster and Lyme Regis Light Railway, please subscribe and explore our channel. Otherwise, feel free to leave us a like or a comment below, and we'll do our best to reply. Thanks for watching and for supporting us, Nick and Rob.